What's happening, everybody? This is V3Cast, episode 17. This is the official Voyager 3 podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Let's get into some topics. What do you say, Aaron and Greg? How you doing?
That's what I'm here for. We're going to get into some topics.
All right. Greg's counting
I'm still
every
counting
episode.
To 17.
Right, he's counting every episode we've done so far.
You don't have enough fingers for that.
Man, I haven't seen you guys in a minute. Dang,
Yeah,
everybody looks different. Greg's been working out. Greg's got a goatee. Aaron shaved his beard off. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, sorry to the people that we have been delayed in this one, but here it is.
That's right, number 17. So
yeah, well, it takes me a long time to grow any facial hair. You guys know that. To get this goatee ready for episode 17, we had to take an extended break. So
it's like in Castaway when Tom Hanks had to shed 200 pounds and grow his hair and beard long.
That's right.
Exactly.
To look like a wild man who eats raw crab.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But why did they show that in the trailer? I saw somebody talking about that on a podcast or an interview. They're like, why on earth did they show him slim down in the trailer? It ruins the movie pretty much.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
True.
Yeah, that impact.
Shouldn't have shown that.
That's true.
Dumb shit. Robert Zemeckis, you should have been on top of that.
Sometimes, man, I notice the trailers nowadays, they'll just give you a Cliff Notes version of the whole fucking movie. That's it. Yeah. So you're like, I'm good. I don't need to see the movie.
Yeah.
Man, episode 17 is going to be lit, man. Steve dropped an F-bomb already.
Oh, man. Look out.
You guys better look out.
We got a lot in store. We got to put the bleeps in here now.
We're on fire. We're ready to rock and roll.
That's right. To elevate our rock and roll status, let's talk about our beverages.
Yeah.
Greg?
I got this one. This one has a good name. Maybe not so much the art, but the name is good. I'm gonna lean it back. Can you read it?
Spinal Crusher.
Oh yeah.
Dang.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Spinal Crusher. It's from Right Brain Brewery, which is in Traverse City, Michigan.
It sounds like a B-side track for a Godflesh EP.
Yeah, I think it might.
It reminded me of Death.
Oh yeah, Spirit Crusher. Yeah, that's true too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
So I don't know if these guys are metalheads or not, but we had a party over here, and I had to I got this 12 pack of it was like an IPA mixed box of different ones. This one was in it, so. Nice. And I'm drinking it out of my Let It Be glass.
Oh man, that is just beautiful. That's awesome. A beautiful thing.
It is beautiful.
Aaron, what are you bringing to the table?
I wanted to impress the Drink Hawk this time.
Let's see what you got.
So I can't say if I scooped you on it. I wouldn't even try. You probably heard of it. You maybe have even had it, but certainly I haven't.
Let's see.
It's got a great name, Mr. Bluesky. You know, I love electric.
Oh yeah.
This is Michigan wheat cherry wheat ale, and it even has.
That sounds sophisticated.
Wait, stop right there. What does it have in it?
Cherry, brother. Cherry. Yeah, that was why. I did when I got it. I was like, I'm going to show Greg that I can diversify a little bit. So there you go.
I have not had that.
It's from Griffin Claw.
I just checked my phone, and indeed, hell has frozen over. Aaron has a cherry beer.
Yeah, I do think that cherry is okay. Remember, I was giving you my inconsistent. I gave you my inconsistent bullshit where I was like, some fruits are okay in a beer, some are not. Cherry's okay, but banana is not.
And coffee is not.
The way it is. Coffee's not.
Wait. I've never ever heard of in my whole life a beer that has banana in it. You're making that shit up.
They do it. Lion and Kugels probably has it. just to mess with me.
All I know is Aaron's 100% wrong about coffee and beer, especially stouts. He's 100% wrong.
I'm wrong that I don't like it.
You're wrong that it doesn't belong.
You can like it.
That's your statement that certain ingredients don't belong in beer. Isn't that your?
That was my statement. I think it was my statement.
It was.
I don't like it.
We're going to have to go to the tapes. Let's go to the tapes.
Instant replay.
What was Aaron's statement?
Cherry's okay, but banana is not.
And
Sorry,
coffee
it's
is
the
not.
way it is. Coffee's not. What,
All right.
what are you drinking, Steve?
I found something awesome in the mixer aisle at Kroger. It is, everybody's heard of Fever Tree. They make ginger beers, they make tonic water, club soda, and they also make this pink grapefruit. It is so good, man. And I tell you what, I don't think I'm the only one who thinks that, because every time I try to get this lately, the last month or two, it's sold out every time. I get like the last one on the shelf. Cheers.
Awesome.
It's super fruity, but not too sweet, because I think the point of this is to mix it with booze of choice, you know, whatever you're making. But I just drink it right out of the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Steve's been hanging out at Kroger because I kept finding all these ginger beers he hadn't seen at Kroger. He switched up his game plan.
Oh, no, you know what? I take that back. This is from Meyer. Kroger doesn't carry Fever Tree, at least not that I saw. So Meyer, sorry. I stand corrected.
There you go.
But I've been bird dogging Kroger. Yeah, I put my feet on his couch. All right, we're going to get into our first topic tonight, which is the classic sci-fi horror film, which came out on August 15th, 1997, and it's called Event Horizon. I know we've all seen it. Now, here's a fun note. It was all three of us. We saw it the weekend it came out. Do y'all remember where we were at?
Yeah, we were either in Cleveland or Youngstown. I don't remember.
In my brain, it's Cleveland. So
Cleveland. All right.
So if
Cleveland
if two of us think Cleveland, then it must be Cleveland. But way back when we were in Forge and we did our very first tour, it was kind of like a Midwest, East Coast thing. We had a day off on a Sunday in Cleveland, and we went and saw Event Horizon. It had probably been out for maybe a week or two, something like that.
I know. I think it was opening weekend.
Oh, it was? Okay, yeah. Sweet.
That's my memory. Also, don't forget Tom was there, our buddy Tom.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because he went with us the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah. I went to Camp Algonquin with Tom, and he reminded me, because we were gearing up to talk about Event Horizon. I was like, Tom, you were there, right? He was. So, yeah.
Nice, man. I forgot about that. Now I remember.
It was an instant hit with us. Like, we were in on the ground floor with that movie. You know, like, we didn't discover it on DVD or something years later. We were there right in the beginning, and we all loved it.
That's right. We were in the minority, unfortunately, because it didn't get great reviews and it didn't do a lot of money at the box office. But, you know, that never matters to me. I don't think you guys either. But what a fantastic film.
The cult has built over the last bunch of years. It ended up being a cult classic, which is usually, I don't know, usually, but a lot of times the way it goes, they don't do well in the box office, and then they just build that word of mouth momentum over like 20 years, you know?
That's right. Yeah, so it was directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, and the story goes is that the film before Event Horizon was Mortal Kombat that he did, and Mortal Kombat was a pretty big hit. It made the studio a lot of money. While the same studio was waiting for Titanic to come out, because they knew it was going to be a fall time film for Titanic, but they wanted to sneak in a late summer movie. So that's how Event Horizon came to be, and they had Paul W.S. Anderson direct it because of his track record from Mortal Kombat. He went on to do a lot of other movies. I know you guys have seen most of his stuff, right? Almost all the Resident Evils. He did Alien vs. Predator, and he did that Death Race remake / prequel, and he did Pompeii. I didn't see that, and I also didn't see Monster Hunter, but it has Mila Jovovich in it. So
Monster Hunter is great.
Is it? I never saw it. I'll have to put that on my list.
It's a video game movie, and you can tell. I mean, it's just a big, silly, ridiculous adventure. Like, the sword is like 6 feet long, if not more.
Right.
It's awesome.
Very cool. And the music to Event Horizon, I've always liked. It's Michael Kamen, but I guess Paul W.S. Anderson was a fan of Orbital, which is a kind of a European electronic band, and he had them collaborate with Michael Kamen to help flush out some more otherworldly sounds and synthetic stuff, synthesizers and stuff like that. So that's pretty sweet.
What do you have to say?
I'm glad you guys remember that, like going to see that movie in the theater, because I don't have any memory of that.
Really, man, really? Huh?
Are you sure it was me?
Oh yeah, positive. Yeah, it was the decloaking.
Man,
tour.
I must have been asleep during that movie. I don't remember at all.
I remember we walked out. It was like still daytime when we came out, which is always great when you walk out in the summer and it's still daytime out of a movie. It's like magic ever since you're a kid.
Yeah.
But you turned to me, Greg. You turned to me specifically. You said, "That's one of the best movies I've ever seen, and I'll never forget this moment." And then you forgot.
And I probably said something like, "I'm so glad that I shared in this moment with you guys. It'll live in my memory forever."
That's right. And
I forgot about it the next day.
Yeah, and you were crying and everything. I mean, it was just a really beautiful moment.
Yeah, I hugged you guys, and it was a really important moment in your life. And I'm sorry I forgot it.
Man, oh man.
But I do love the movie. You know how he pitched the movie was The Shining in space.
Right.
So you know we're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it delivers. Like, I've watched it a bunch of times, and watching it again, I watched it more critically this time because I knew we were going to be talking about it. And I was looking at the design of the ship. You know, it was based on the Notre Dame Cathedral, and no one, as far as I know, had ever based a science fiction ship design on something like that, like Gothic architecture. You know, and it's just deadly. Like, the whole fucking thing is so menacing. The idea that any insane person would design a spaceship that looks like every surface is designed, you know, meant to kill you or maim you, you know, everything is pointy and sharp and bladed. And then they're like, well, let's get on here and go out into outer space.
Right.
It's amazing.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome.
I forgot what, the drive room at the back of the ship. It looks like Thunderdome.
Right.
Basically, like one wrong step and you're going to be impaled. That is
everybody gets, like 3 people get impaled in that room. And it's so awesome. And you're never comfortable in any moment of that movie. Not one moment. You know?
You're always trying to figure it out. It's also got that mystery element to it, which I think is kind of understated because it's definitely sci-fi and horror in your face, but the whole time, the way it's been constructed and directed, you're always trying to figure out, wait, what is going on? Like with the visions, you don't quite know what that is at first, especially if it's maybe the first or second time you've seen it. You just don't understand putting it all together that these crew people are seeing, like, you know, regrets or you know, bad things that have happened to them, but it doesn't make sense at first. And some of that's probably because of the edit too. I know they made him cut it down a lot, and there was probably more flushing out of that stuff if it was able to be kept. But the studio wanted a real trim film with less gore too, by the way. So maybe the rumor is somewhere out there might be a director's cut because he cut it, you know, that way originally. But I think a lot of it got lost though.
Yeah, I read an interview with him, and he said like that stuff is just gone and it's in horrible shape. And you know, and I finally, because for 20 years, I was like, man, give me the longer version with more gore and all that stuff. Yeah. But finally, this time I said, you know what? It's perfect the way it is, even though it was like sort of taken out of his hand. Sometimes that creates a cooler, another edge with art. Like if you look back at Lucas when he didn't have any clout and he did Star Wars and he couldn't do everything the way he wanted to. It's part of what makes it so great. Then you give him the freedom to do anything in episode 1, and he failed. So
goes nuts.
So I think that I don't even care about like some director's cut or extended version with more gore, like, because when they show those weird little moments of that whole slaughterhouse kind of thing that's going on, slaughterhouse orgy that's going on in the movie. Yeah. It's cool because you can't really tell what's going on, you know, and if they had more of it, it would be like, oh, wow, this is crazy. But I don't know if it would help it, you know?
Yeah, true. Sometimes less is more. Yeah. But I'm just so enamored with the gateway and maybe what was over there that I was hoping that maybe we could get a little something of whatever that is. But who knows if that was even filmed, you know? I'm just, I just want a little bit more of that world, I guess, because it's so mysterious and obviously horrific. We just want to know more about it.
They found all that footage for Nightbreed that they thought was lost. Right. And they were able to restore that movie pretty much back to, I think, what he originally intended.
Yeah, anything's possible. You never know.
Anything's possible, Aaron. You just never know.
Anything's possible. I need to see Nightbreed now. And one of the best things about the movie is Lawrence Fishburne. I mean, everything about the movie is great, but Lawrence Fishburne, and that was probably the first movie I saw with him that I really noticed how great he was. And he's just so steely through the whole movie, and like he gets some of the best lines when he gets to say "fuck this ship," all that.
Yeah.
Like it's like that classic moment in horror movies, like maybe Poltergeist or something, where the family has a chance to leave and they don't,
Yeah.
or I mean, in a lot of different horror movies, and he, as soon as he's able to leave, he's like, fuck this ship, we're leaving.
Yeah.
And of course the ship has other plans, but at least he took that opportunity when it happened, and
yeah,
he's so good. He's so great in that movie. Sam Neill's, everybody's great in that movie.
Yeah. Don't forget too that we loved Lawrence Fishburne from Cadence, which was about maybe 3 years or 3 or 4 years, something like that before that. But no, I hear you. That's definitely still in the beginning wave of his rise to legend status, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
It's hard to name a movie that Lawrence Fishburne is in that he doesn't make better.
That's
I know,
true.
man. It's totally true. And also another honorable mention to Kathleen Quinlan, because she was the lady in the Twilight Zone remake of the the boy who could wish for anything.
Yeah,
I remember that when I was a really little kid seeing that, and that's that same actress. So I got a soft spot for her.
Awesome. Yeah, she's great. Jolie Richardson is great. Everybody.
Didn't you love Cooper, the character of Cooper, like the smart ass, kind of like comic relief sometimes, but also a badass at the same time.
Yeah, when he goes and rescues the kid, he goes into that muck, other dimensional thing,
into the gateway or whatever.
And Coop goes barrels over to get him and pulls him out of that. That's
because he was like the safety guy. A lot of those guys have served on that ship, the Lewis and Clark, for a long time. You get the sense of it, and they wrote that very, very well. They have good camaraderie and everything. I remember it took me a while to understand and comprehend, like, the ship itself is like alive. I didn't get that the first couple times I saw. I just thought they were hallucinating, and it didn't really go further than that, or maybe they were possessed. But then later on, if you watch the film more, you realize, okay, the ship actually is like the conduit for this. So this is really great writing.
And they leave things open because they mention hell, but you don't know if they went to hell. It doesn't even really have a name. Even Sam Neill says hell is just a word. Mm-hmm. The reality is much, much worse. And like, it doesn't matter if they went to hell or just like a sort of black hole or another dimension, whatever it is, it's not something humans were ever meant to be.
Right.
And so they don't like define it, and they don't show you too much of it. And then also they leave it open at the end where you don't know if they're really out of it or not. I mean, whoever survives, you don't know if they really got out of it or not, or if they're always, if they'll never leave. And they also really left it open for a sequel, but it's a rare time where I'm glad they didn't do a sequel, because it can just be its own thing, and exist in its own space and not be a part of a series that might or might not have been good.
Yeah. Event Horizon. Totally recommended if anybody's listening hasn't seen it. To some people, it'll be brand new, and to other people, they realize the classicness that it is.
Maybe you saw it when it came out and you just don't remember. So, you should definitely go watch it again.
That's right. As you know, here on V3Cast, we watch all kinds of movies. Some of them we have on Blu-ray, DVD, VHS. Sometimes we stream them. We are going to have a little segment here called Tubi Suggestions. If you don't know, Tubi is this really cool free app. It's kind of like Netflix, but they have a really eclectic selection of movies. So we're going to give you each a pick right now to check out on Tubi.
you got to sit through some commercials, but it's free, man. So just sit there and watch them and don't complain.
That's right. There's no complaining on Tubi. Just enjoy.
No. Just shut up and watch it.
Yeah, just sit through the commercials. It's not
download
that bad.
the Tubi, make an account, sit down, and shut up and watch the movie. Greg, all right.
Yeah.
You had a great one that you were mentioning earlier.
Yeah, well, it's new to me. I mean, Tubi is such a wealth of like movies that you've never seen.
Man, it sure the hell is. It's great.
With people that you certainly know. So here's a good example of that. I found this movie called Fear City, and I like the name of it, but I also like the cover art.
Yeah.
But it has Tom Berenger, Jack Scalia, Billy D. Williams, Melanie Griffith, Ray Don Chong is in this. And it's basically about these guys who basically there's I'll read the description here. There's a psychopath on the loose in Manhattan who is stalking and mutilating beautiful strippers employed by booking agents Matt Rossi and Nikki Parzino. So that's basically the premise of the movie. But what's cool about it is like the psychopath, there's kind of like a weird martial arts tie-in, and he's like, I don't know. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this movie. I had never heard of it, and no. I just went into it blind. It was 1984, and it's all that vintage like New York film footage that we loved about New York Ninja, and so like I'm watching it, and it was very much reminding me of how New York Ninja looks. It's like that grimy old New York. Like,
well, yeah. I mean, if it's 84, it was filmed like literally simultaneously, basically. Like the New York Ninja was at 24th Street, right? And that production was up the road. He might be in a couple of the shots, Steve. Seriously? He might be in a couple of the shots in this movie. You don't know. You don't know?
He'd be on roller skates in the background. I didn't look that closely.
You have to watch it a second time and give us a report back.
I'll tell you what, like I was pleasantly surprised by it. And man, Tom Berenger, man, that's a good looking guy.
Right on.
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, he is.
Right on.
And so, yeah, Fear City. I think it's a good one. Definitely one I was completely unaware of. And it has a bunch of people that you know. Oh, did I mention Billy D. Williams?
Yes, you did. Yep.
Well,
yes,
let me mention him again. Billy D. Williams is in it.
Talk about handsome men.
That's right.
Yeah, also very handsome.
That's right. All right. What is your Tubi pick, Aaron?
Well, we kind of came up with this impromptu, so I went with the first thing that popped into my head. This is not obscure, but it is awesome and it works for me. G.I. Joe. They have like either all the episodes or most of the episodes, the classic old G.I. Joe series.
What's wrong with that?
No, nothing's wrong with that, man. That's the best.
You can pick that, Aaron. It's allowed.
I can pick it. It's not a movie, but I can pick it.
That's all right.
So what?
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's anybody out there who thinks that Aaron can't pick it because it's a cartoon and not a movie, you just need to shut up and watch G.I. Joe.
Shut up and watch it. But anyway, yeah, I've been trying to watch them in order, and whenever I go on Tubi, I know that I can't miss with G.I. Joe. Steve.
Man, good picks, guys. Good picks. Okay, so speaking of 1984 and speaking of New York Ninja, I'm going to suggest a great John Liu film called Invincible Armor. It was a film much earlier in his career when he only just acted. So he's a co-star in this film, and it is one of his best ones. It's great fight sequences and choreography, really cool story. The music is cool. So if you want to see John Liu in his prime, I would say definitely watch Invincible Armor. Top notch. Cool. I guarantee it. You'll like it.
Sit down.
And just sit through the damn commercials. Stop complaining about the damn commercials.
That's right.
You sit there. You shut up.
Watch the commercials.
All right, it's time for friends doing cool stuff. And we are talking about our great friend, Dirk Manning, who is a kick-ass comic book author. He has comics such as Tales of Mr. Ree, Nightmare World, and Twisted's Haunted Highons. So the comic that we want to let you know about is one called Hope. It's a newer one that he's done. It's written by Dirk Manning and co-created and illustrated by Kaylin Smith. I'm going to read you the sizzle line. Do you guys want to hear the sizzle line from Amazon.com?
Yeah, I want to hear that.
Julie Lavelle is a suburban mom who loves her daughter and her husband. She's also a superhero known as Hope. When her secret identity is released to the public, Julie discovers that not all villains can be punched. That's where it starts off. Not bad, huh? So, see, most superheroes have that secret identity for years and years and years. Well, apparently in this one, they get that out of the way right away. So that's a cool twist, right?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. So there's a collection coming out. It's called Hope Volume 1, Mother, Special Edition. And Dirk himself says, not only does it contain the full original miniseries, but it also contains deleted scenes from the first story arc and a brand new in-continuity prose story written by Dirk. So you guys got to check this out and check out this fun fact too. It comes out on November 30th, which is the exact same day as the New York Ninja sequel comic book. So you got to go into your local comic book shop and ask for the Hope Volume 1 and New York Ninja sequel, and you're going to have a great collection of comics to read.
Yeah. There you go.
Nice.
That's right, man. Dirk is always busy.
Busiest man in comics.
I know. He's hitting all the comic conventions. He also does that Right or Wrong comic, or not comic, but it's a book that teaches you how to be a comic book author. So, I mean, he's covering every base, man. It's beautiful.
You know what Dirk is? You know what he is? He's
What's
a hustler. He's a hustler.
Yeah.
He's a classic hustler. He's always on the move. He's always getting his shit done. He's always out there at all the conventions. He's working on books all the time. I mean, that's a guy who made it happen 100%, you know, the independent way. So.
Okay, we got some Voyager 3 news for you. As previously mentioned, we have a new ladies style t-shirt of the Undead design that was released earlier this year. So go to our website to pick up one for yourself, Voyager3store.com, Voyag3R store.com. And for those who don't know, there's a New York Ninja sequel comic book coming out on November 30th. And in celebration of that, we're going to play a live concert at Comics and More in Madison Heights, Michigan on Saturday, December 3rd. And more information on that is at our website, Voyager3.com, Voyag3R.com.
You mean we're going to be playing in an actual comic book store?
Man, you got that right.
All right.
With that big old Hulk display he's got up in the corner, he's looking at you, and there's a Punch-Out, an old school Punch-Out arcade game. I'm going to lose my mind up in that place.
It's going to be great. This is our second time playing at Comics and More. We played there when the band was still pretty dang new.
Mm-hmm. Like, way back in the day, man. I think we only just had Victory in the Battle Chamber 7-inch out, and that's it.
Yeah. So
I think there's footage of that on YouTube, and like the arrangement of some of those songs is a little bit different compared, because it was still early on the stuff that would be on Doom Fortress.
It's the kind of show where I will end up leaving spending money in the venue we played.
Well, I was about to say, that's Aaron's kind of show. He gets to spend the whole day hanging out in a comic book store.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Last time, I'll tell you what, here's the truth. Last time we played at Comics and More, I ended up leaving with this beautiful sculpture of Jesse Custer from Preacher. Come on now.
Nice.
Yeah, that's badass.
Yeah, I think, you were eyeing that. That was like up behind the cashier, up high up, so that it was safe. And you're like, I got to take that home with me.
All day I was looking at it. And at the end of the night, I was like, how much for that Jesse Custer? Got it. There we go.
Let's cash it out.
Hey, did you guys know that it's fall now? It's officially fall 2022. Yes. So what comes with fall is Halloween. And what comes with Halloween is another Michael Myers Halloween film. This happens to be what they're saying is the last one. Do you believe it?
No.
I don't believe it.
Nope.
Halloween Ends comes out on October 14th. And the trailer looks great. I know that by now everybody's seen it because it's been out for a little bit now, but we never really talked about it. So in celebration of it being fall and only, under a month away now from
our favorite holiday.
That's right. Certainly is. This looks like it's going to be great. It's got all the recipe that I think you need. It's got John Carpenter with his son Cody Carpenter and Daniel Davies doing the music like they've done for the last couple. The trailer looks great. It looks like it's setting up to be the ultimate showdown between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. What do y'all think?
Yeah, it looks good. I only recently saw Halloween Kills, and I'd heard so much bad stuff about it, and I wasn't sure really how I felt about it. But like I remember watching it and thinking, this movie takes itself so seriously, and then I'm like, but isn't that what you normally love? Like, I don't like, when they take horror movies and make them all jokey and fucking take all the edge off by making them stupid. And that movie didn't have many jokes at all. A couple, but it took itself seriously. And I thought, well, that should be a reason to like it. So I was trying to figure out how I really felt about it, but overall it was pretty cool. I liked how they did the stuff about the paranoia around the town. And everybody's like chasing the wrong guy and kind of turning into a mob. I thought that was obviously some commentary on what's been going on in our country and everything. And so yeah, like the more I thought about it after I watched it, it sunk in a little more, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I'm definitely looking forward to part 3.
Yeah, and they got David Gordon Green directing this one again, so it's going to probably have the same mojo. I would imagine carrying over to this one. But yeah, that's the biggest thing is they're really hyping it up to be the last one, and it truly ends. But as we all know, with all those franchise movies like that, they always find a way to bring something back. Who knows? We'll have to see.
Right. I mean, there's movies where at least for me, there's movies where I'm always going to go to see them. Right. Like, yeah. I'm not sure I needed another Indiana Jones movie, but you better know that I'm going to be there watching it.
Yep.
I'm not sure I needed all these Star Wars movies, but you better know I'm going to watch them all.
Right.
Including Andor, which now is out on Disney Plus. There's just certain things if they keep putting content out, I'll be there to watch it. So yeah, I mean, it used to be a tradition with my brother and I. For a while there, they were putting Star Wars movies out at Christmas time. So like, it kind of got to be a thing. Like, oh, hey, it's almost Christmas time. My brother and I are going to go sit in the theater and watch Star Wars. So like, now that's kind of transitioned to this Halloween thing. Now my brother goes usually with me to see this recent trilogy of Halloween movies. So it's one of those franchises. I'm always going to watch it. I'm always going to be interested in it. And I 100% agree that there will be another Halloween movie. This will not be the last one.
Yeah.
It's a great character. I mean, it's probably the most iconic horror character of all time. So, the odds of them using it again is very likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the trailer was pretty intense. There's a little battle over a sink and a garbage disposal, and so that was pretty intense. You wanted to see what was going to happen more. And then I think a knife went through a hand, so that's going to leave a mark.
Yeah.
So we have to make a deal as long as we're all going to be in town on October 14th or as soon as possible, we have to go see it all in the same theater.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, it'll be, out here and where I live, they have the biggest screen in Michigan. So I have to assume that they're going to show Halloween Ends on what they call the Super EMAX. Maybe I can convince you guys to come out here and we'll watch it on that screen.
Yeah.
You've already convinced me.
We can invite Ian.
Some other, man. Shout out to Ian, man. What's happening?
That we know.
Yeah.
Take it easy. Him and I just went and watched Jaws in 3D together.
Oh, I know that must have been outstanding.
Not Jaws 3D.
No, Jaws in 3D. Yeah. I get it. I totally get it.
There's a big difference.
Now, hold on. I like them both because I'm that way with Jaws. But Jaws in 3D was amazing. I know this is a footnote to Halloween Ends, but I don't even know if Jaws in 3D is still in the theaters, but if it is and you haven't seen it, you should go see it.
All right. Well, this has been V3Cast, episode 17. If you guys have any feedback or anticipation or comments about the new Halloween Ends film coming out October 14th, or if you're a fan of Dirk Manding's comic books, let us know what your favorite one is. And then if you've seen Event Horizon, let us know what your favorite parts are. What was your favorite character? Or if you haven't seen it, man, download it, buy the Blu-ray, whatever it takes. Go check out Event Horizon. Yeah. So we will see you guys next time on V3Cast.